then we'll get the sprint planning kicked off. Juan Carlos, how are you feeling today?
Tam, I'm really good. I'm really happy. I am moving, and the apartment is starting to look like really good because we didn't have any furniture, and like we now got furniture, and I'm really happy about that. That's my only distraction, and I'm
Froze for a second
Premias.
Juan Carlos, you froze for a second. Is it me that froze? Okay, I see Griff moving. So let's move on, and then we'll come back to Juan Carlos when he's ready. Marco, would you like to go next? How are you feeling today?
Obviously, I'm distracted by my wife coming in and asking me, "Where did you put that stuff in?" Well, that's okay. I'm feeling well. Bit stressed, maybe a lot of work, but other than that, I'm fine. And intentions to have a great sprint planning, to close some issues, to commit to something that we will deliver in the next 2 weeks. And yeah, that's all. Other than that, no other distractions. And I pass it on to Zepti.
Thank you, Marco. I'm feeling great. There is a very sunny day today, and before legal, I went for a walk with a friend of this village. And yeah, I feel great and excited for this next sprint and see how let's see what task we are doing this sprint. And I'll pass it to Libby.
Hello, everyone. I'm feeling great too. Also a very sunny day here. I'm starting to feel the summer vibes. And I'm feeling a little bit distracted today in general. Just, I don't know, hard to like keep seated down. But I'm excited for our planning, and I will pass to Santi.
Thank you, Libby. I feel really great. I feel great first because it's Friday and I'm foreseeing a nice, relaxing weekend, and second because I could say we closed a big milestone today in the meeting, and I'm really happy for the new contributors, which is making the legal working group feel and flow much, much better. It was needed. So I feel great for that. And no distractions for today's meeting. So I'll pass it to Meta Verde.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. I am really excited to have the Discord pretty much done and have V here to, I hope I'm saying that right, Vivi, here to meet people and pick it up. And my distractions are I'm thinking about going to the beach tomorrow. Yep, exactly, Griff. I'm trying to figure out like if I can train fewer days a week and still like have max gains so I can spend more time at the coast. I'll pass it to Griff.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Very excited about all the movement that's been happening in the sprints. I love sprint planning days, to look forward and see like what can we get done, so that's always just engaging for me. Other than that, just feeling good. My voice is coming back. Yes. And I'll pass it to VV or VIV, or you'll have to tell us the pronunciation.
It's YYV, but I'm fine with V, and I'm doing great today. My distractions today are, I think I don't have any big distractions today. It's just that I got a lot of work and I'm just not able to decide what to do. I want to do a little bit of everything, so that's kind of confusing for me. And it's nice being here. I'll pass it on to I think
Oh,
Markov just joined. I'll pass it on to Markov.
No, I
Marco,
already.
I think Juan Carlos was in the middle when he was disconnected. Marco, Juan Carlos, would you like to finish?
Yes, I was just saying that I am really happy that I'm moving and we didn't have any furniture, and now we have furniture. When it's finished, I will show you a little bit of how it's like looking the apartment. And yeah, that's what it's making me feel glad today.
And Eduardo, welcome. You're up. Just how are you feeling today? And if you have any distractions.
I'm feeling actually quite tired because I traveled to Lanzarote today, so I've been all day like driving and in an airplane, and so yeah. But I'm really feeling really good about this call. And instruction, no, not really. Pass back to you.
Okay, cool. So we've all gone. I would encourage everyone to jump into the agenda, which is in our calendar entry, and Sprint 19. So this is the 4th time we're doing this. This is so exciting. Oh, I didn't say myself. I'm also really excited today. Today is the last day of 2 weeks where my children have been on vacation, and Monday they go back to school, and it feels really nice. It means there will be quiet in the house again. So I'm really looking forward to Monday as well.
Poor kids, you're sending them to school.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, they're still open in France, actually, so I have that option. So, okay. The first thing we usually do is just review the retrospective. So the retrospective, the 2 things that came out are advice process, follow advice process, and use gravity more. 2 things like lean on a gravity group, because that's what they're there for. They specialize in helping our community with frictions. Griff, can I pass this to you to just give a few words about advice process and what that means and how we can think about incorporating it? And we'll reiterate this maybe in a lot of our working groups, but certainly also in the TEC Community Stewards working group.
Yeah. Advice process is something that emerged out of holacracy, and it's really important for flat organizations where there isn't a clear hierarchy. But everyone is respecting each other's agency, but at the same time recognizing that, hey, we rely on each other. And sometimes when we make decisions, they impact other groups. And so the advice process is a way of just acknowledging this and saying, hey, before you make a decision final, you go and get advice from other groups. And you don't always have to take their advice. This is not decision by consensus. It is still you're making the decision, but you have awareness that, oh, this is probably impacting other people. So you go talk to them about the decision before it's finalized. And then you finalize the decision, integrating their advice as needed, or if you're not integrating advice, at least you have the explanation on why. And usually when you don't integrate someone's advice, you go and tell them why you can't. And it's just a really nice way for flat organizations to cooperate and understand that we're all in this together. We all share the same goal. And when we make decisions, sometimes it, even though it's our domain to make the decision, its impacts cascade through the organization. So just go get advice before you finalize. Yeah, I think that's it. We worked with it with Giveth for a long time. So I think Marco's probably heard this term, but it works really well.
Cool. Okay. And then our roadmap to hatch refinement we'll actually do at the end of the sprint planning, which I think makes more sense. So we'll see the load of our work. Maybe. Actually, let me just show you what we have so far. So since we did our last roadmap, if you want to jump in, please feel free. The link is here. We have 3 new working groups. Very exciting. So we have to do our own milestones for these next few sprints. So Zeptimus, you, myself, and Sebnem, or Nate just recently joined Omega-3 to help with coordination, so he may be the person that sort of helps build this in place of Shebnem. Myself and Griff took a crack at this, but we will definitely want each of the stewards to put into place the main milestones for each working group from the period now here up until, well, the next 5 sprints, actually, up until sprint 8, which should include up to the commons upgrade.
I'm real sorry to interrupt. Could you say real fast what Omega Working Group is again? I have no idea.
Sure. I can give a brief summary. So Shebnem is somebody in the token engineering community who is a researcher, and she is doing research into who are token engineers, and I would say almost like a cultural anthropological look. So
Cool.
it's a really heavily research focused group.
Awesome.
Did I do well, Olivia? I mean, Livia, is that okay, that explanation? Okay, cool. They have a channel, of course you saw because you set it up, and they don't have a lot of momentum yet. They're really just kicking off, but every 2 weeks they have meetings. They have a slightly slower cadence than the other working groups as a research group.
Can you repeat who's the point of contact?
Shebnem. Shebnem. Soul Sister is her handle.
Yeah, maybe just paste that in the private chat, please. I can't.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
I'll do it after this call if that's okay, Marco.
Yeah, thank you.
Or maybe Griff or somebody can do it on my behalf. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll do our sprint planning first, and then we'll come back to this and do as much as we can, because I don't want to derail our sprint planning for the roadmap, which we can also do outside of this 2-hour meeting. So sprint goal, I'll tell you what I'm thinking in terms of a sprint goal, because I feel like it's hard for us just to choose one out of the air every week. We're talking about advice process, which is teamwork and team coordination in our specific non-hierarchical team structure, and using gravity more, which is to enhance teams. So when I was picking our sprint milestones, oh, there's nothing assigned to it yet. Sorry. I really just thought of like teamwork. Like I picked a bunch of whatever teams were available, but I think that maybe it would make sense for us to have a rallying cry around, I don't know, relational fabric if we want to get fancy, or just teamwork makes the dream work if we want to be cliche, or anything around teamwork. So I do welcome ideas for what we should have our sprint goal be. And with no further ado, let's jump into the sprint planning. So sprint planning session, can't overstate this enough. Don't overload. I overloaded last sprint, so it's not a crime to do it, but do take into consideration that the reality is the sprint should be about 3 to 4 hours if you're contributing full time. Anything more than that is not realistic, because organization and calls and, communications and all of these things get into, eat away at our day. All of the repeating tasks will come into the sprint again. So if you have a task that you want to repeat, you want to close it at the end of the sprint, we'll open it again if you tag it repeating. 2 to 3 priorities, review the backlog. Okay, so we're going to just jump in now. The product backlog and new issues. So we're going to filter by next sprint, this tag. Anything that isn't in next sprint that is on your working group's plate, please do tag it with next sprint so we see it, and we that's an indication that it's a candidate for this sprint. So shall we start with
Can you repeat the last part? Sorry, about the next sprint stuff.
Next sprint. Yeah, so all of the issues assigned to your working group, if you tag it with next sprint, that means that we're going to look at it when we do this sprint planning. Because our product backlog is huge. We can't go through every issue for sprint planning. So every working group should tag the issues that they want to include in the next sprint. And if it's not tagged next sprint, we probably won't see it in this planning session. Is that cool, Eduardo? Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Griff, can you kick us off with TEC Paramms and Common Swarm, please?
You're muted, Griff.
It's so hard for me to find that unmute button. Yeah, T Paramms is set. I might need to pass for Common Swarm just to make sure that, but we can check it out. I may not have tagged the next sprint issues. But yeah, this is the big goal here is to finalize the actual CAD scenarios and metrics for the hatch. Vitor and company are killing it, so that should get done. It would be nice to draft up the how to propose TEC params. This is kind of a stretch goal. I think we can do it, but it's blocked by making the actual CAD model. So I think that we will do it, but yeah, we could leave it in product backlog. I do really want to yeah. I think we should put it in. I think drafting up the params will go in. What probably won't go in is actually getting people to submit. Maybe there might be a couple, but that'll probably be next sprint. Yeah, and then writing the specs for the next one. That's definitely going to start as well. Those two, and also the initial spec for that one and the 287. So kind of all of these are a little dependent on external things, but I'm pretty sure that we can get the Commons upgrade parameters for the for how we're going to deploy the Commons upgrade up, and then so if the gardens swarm, we can go to the Commons swarm. Sorry, it's still garden swarm. I gotta change that. So we're gonna do the AMA, and we're going to deploy the Commons upgrade. Those are both of those should go on.
Oh, nice.
And if we get the Commons upgrade up, then we should be able to start the spec for the implementation spec for the Commons upgrade. So those are my things. I'm glad they were both next sprint. I was worried.
All right, Santi, shall we go to legal?
Sure. Let me focus on your screen so I don't mess up with mine. Okay, the meeting attendance terms is finished. You can close that one.
Yes. All right.
And
does it still need to be? It still needs to actually be uploaded somewhere, like on Discord.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's finished from the legal perspective, but it needs to. We need to decide where it's uploaded. It's gonna go to the Discord for sure, and probably somewhere else. So maybe I don't know if we can leave it completed from the legal perspective.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can close it. We just have to pass it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And to who do we pass it? And can we just open
or maybe open up a new issue saying, stating that it needs to be decided where to upload it on top of Discord, which is for sure where it's gonna be.
Yeah, Metaverde, I think you're the one who set up the bot for the intro thing, right?
V did all of that.
Oh, V did. Nice.
Yes. So that's what they're here for, is to pick up the Discord stuff.
Okay, cool.
All right. So
that Santi, can
Ivy,
you just send...
Ivy is in charge of. Yeah. No, Ivy's in charge of that. She's making the final touches after today's meeting. So Ivy should be. Maybe you wanna add Ivy on that issue, Tam. So she gets notified, and she should provide the document to Metaverde, so she can add it on the vault.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm passing the Discord to Juan today if nobody else volunteers, and V is going to stay on and maintain. I'm super happy about that. I really appreciate it a lot.
Okay, cool. V, what's the best way to send you this document? Just handing you a Google Doc, would that work?
Yes, that would work.
Okay, cool.
Let's see, Sprint 4. Great. Okay, fantastic. Great news, Santi.
All right, now there's the other one, which was the hatching. Let me close that.
Closed as well?
The little, yeah, terms and conditions of the hatch. Yeah, you can.
And do we need it to pass this off to a distribution channel as well?
Let's see. We need to, when the parameters are defined or are selected or are voted, we can include them on this document, and the document will be ready to be uploaded on the process of becoming a hatcher. So,
okay, got it. Got it. So
maybe we could link that, create an issue for the Paramms. So when the Paramms are voted, I don't know who's taking care of that issue. You know, making sure that
I can take it and make it work. I'll make the issue. It'll be a common swarm. The common swarm will doc will add it to the checkbox thing.
Okay.
All right, the legal gravity group. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I don't know if it's what we were discussing today, Juan Carlos, or what are those terms and conditions for the gravity?
That is a final review on the gravity terms and conditions that are in the code of conduct that we were making with Livia.
Okay.
It's just like one final review.
Okay, I will have to do that. I haven't gone over that.
Okay.
Is the document there on the issue?
It is not.
It is not.
Can you drop it in, Juan?
Can you drop it, Juan?
Yes.
Juan Carlos?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with that. And what is that? The terms and conditions TEC DV. What is the DV? Dandelion voting?
Dandelion.
Is that dandelion? Yeah, that's what we started. Yeah, that's what we started. Well, if we understand by dandelion voting what we were discussing today, Griff, on the meeting.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we started working on that today. And there's one that I don't see, Tam, which is becoming a member of the Swiss Association. I got today the transfer from the scholarship, and I'm just waiting for the weekend to get the fees down a little bit before making the donation.
Okay. Oh, so I'll bring that in the product back. I'll bring this in the product level. Juan Carlos, yours is done. This is closed, right? Juan Carlos, your application to the Swiss membership is complete, right? Oh, sorry, I see you nodding now. I apologize. I wasn't looking. Oh,
yes.
Okay. And then.
Yes.
Okay. And Eduardo?
Yes.
Yes, I applied to the scholarship and I'm waiting for it in order to apply for the Swiss membership.
Okay. And Metaverde, we have one here for you as well to apply for the Swiss membership.
Yes, I haven't looked back at that since I put in the application for the scholarship for the DI. So I think that's what I need to complete it, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance.
Hey, one quick question. One quick question here that it may also help Eduardo and Metaverde. Griff, is there any strategy to try to avoid the fees or just put a lower number and let it go until it runs, or what do you recommend?
Yeah, I mean, I like gasnow.org and
yeah, I checked that too.
And then yeah, you know, if it's slow is like 130, and you could still set it for 101, and it'll just block your account for, you know, a day or something, but it'll probably go through. Okay. Yeah, like
have they been going through with really low fees? I've had so many things kicked back. so many failed transactions lately.
If it's not a trade or something, then
Okay.
like this is just sending DAI to one place, then it usually doesn't matter. If you're trading on Uniswap, you really can't be cheap on the fees.
Yeah.
You know, or even providing liquidity or doing any DeFi stuff, you have to pay.
I used to be able to, like on Oasis for the contract interactions, I used to be able to set them low and wait, but they're done with that too. Yeah. Okay. So sending, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for Eduardo and Metaverde, I think you will have to actually go to that milestone that you created and actually click the button to claim the funds. And then they'll be sent to you like 3 days later.
Oh, okay. So I better get on that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Griff.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Santi, is that it for legal?
Yeah, I think that's it for legal.
Okay, I brought up SoftGov. For
just one last thing on that Swiss membership. I believe that it should be updated in before you guys get the funds to do it. So, but please, you'll be our next wave of testers. So we really appreciate the GitHub issues. Anything you see that we can do to improve after you guys, we're giving it to the rest of the world. So thank you for any issues.
Spawnit merged the last pull, so we're good now to go. So you do it now if you can. Yeah. Is the SoftGov? I mean, sorry, the source cred work. Is this under SoftGov, or should we take that? Okay, so let's do SoftGov next, since it's a nice progression from legal.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just creating an issue. Now that is to onboard Juan's brother as a hatcher. Okay.
Sorry,
so principle 1 and 2 propose a written agreement. Yeah, this will happen. And then SoftGov trial audit with transparency working group also happening. Assist on the launch of source cred. I think there's still a couple of calls needed and things for us to figure it out, the proposal and stuff. And then the TNC for the TC hatch. I'm a bit confused about this. Is it the things that are on the code of conduct document? I think so, right?
I'm looking to Griffin Santi.
I think so.
Okay, if that's it, that's basically done. That's the part I kind of finished in the Git book already. So I'll put it here.
I guess it'd be nice to combine all into one document. Maybe we should move the TEC legal hatch terms to the Git book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there two different ones? There's the legal hatch and there is the code of conduct hatch?
That's the thing, is that you probably have a lot of things to tell the people who are joining the hatch, right? And then legal has a lot of things to tell. I think all of Juan's stuff is in legal, right? Is that there's nothing else that you need to tell people who join the hatch? Juan? It's in either code of conduct or the legal hatch terms. Wonka?
Sorry, Griff. I was reading the code of conduct. Can you repeat the question?
Just to make sure that you didn't have anything that you felt like people needed to see when they joined the hatch. That's not already in the code. Yeah.
No, I think both documents are really good. but I agree with you that it's good to have all in one place, because both documents, like address, the boundaries and of the organization in different scopes, but are very complementary. So it's good to not like have them separate, and maybe to have them in a place that we can see them both as something that complements each other. The code of conduct and the Hatch legal document.
I mean, in the end, they're going to end up in one checkbox. There'll be a checkbox that everyone has to check, and it'll all be, so the final production is one document.
Yeah, okay. So we put them on
Okay.
Gitbook for now, and then
Yeah, I think that's cool. I guess, does someone want to take that on? I don't know, it's either Santi or Olivia, I would say, to actually add the legal terms to the Gitbook.
yeah, they are ready already, right? It's just merging to.
Well, it's taking it from a Google Doc and putting it in Gitbook. So I wish
Yeah.
I assume Gitbook's Markdown.
Santi, do you mind putting the link here in this
The link
issue?
to the Hatch terms document.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So then I should not close this one until it's updated, emerged in Gitbook. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Very excited about the Gitbook coming together, Olivia. It's really cool.
Me too. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah.
Okay, so add the COC to the Gitbook. That goes into, and I think that's it for me.
Okay, cool, great. Should we handle the ones that Santi is working on? Source cred? Pre-system source cred, is this one coming into the sprint?
Well, it depends on how you. The source cred is the system is up and running, but we still have to discuss a lot of things before launching it. So we have that document that I shared with you that I'd love to discuss internally. See if we add the GitHub or we change some of the GitHub parameters, and then after that we will have to create a proposal to be voted. So I consider the system up and running. It's just a matter of going through the procedure of creating a proposal, voting it, and actually implementing it.
Okay, and we do have a hack session on Thursday, right? This Thursday?
Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday, okay. Okay, we have something on the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pull this one in, and I will leave the praise system source cred grader issue left open, since it may not get implemented this sprint. Okay, cool. Anything else, Livia, or do we move on?
We can move on. Thanks, Tim.
Cool. You're welcome. Transparency, Septimus, would you like to go next?
Yeah. For this sprint, we're planning on doing the onboarding, catchers outreach trial audit, and the soft gov. And I also created an animation. I think we could delete one, like 433. We can delete it because it's the same than 451.
It's a dupe of 451.
Yeah, it's yeah. We can delete this one. Thank you, Tom. And yeah, I would also like to speak with Marco about the 384 and what we could do as transparency. And yeah, I'll have time to work on that, but I just need some guidance on what do we really need here. But I have time to work on that if we want to have it for this sprint.
Do we want to pull that one into this sprint? Digital security management?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
If I
please, can
can
you?
jump-
Okay,
sorry.
no worries. Zep, is it okay to add you as an assignee?
Yeah, but I would like to have some guidance. I mean, I was looking some information around, but yeah, I would like to sing and do a call together, and yeah, just get coordinated and work on that and have a clear structure how we are going to do that.
Does anybody on the call knows who's the point of contact we should go to and ask for any further information?
Yeah,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
can.
Yeah.
I can help you with that. I think this is quite actually a very relevant, really relevant issue, mainly because I struggled for a week for getting the Twitter account set up because it has a two steps authentication factor with a number that we still don't know who belongs to. So that's quite risky in general terms. Jessica told me that the number was for someone who was not working here anymore. So there you go. And it happens for the same with Medium and others and so on. So Jessica has access to the Gmail account from which most of these accounts are set up. But even if you have the Gmail account, in some of them you still need a phone number to access that. So I can just join this meeting if you have a meeting 5 minutes just to guide you through which ones are open to just access to Gmail and which ones are more tricky.
Thank you, Eduardo.
So maybe it's also, yeah. So maybe it sounds like the first step is to get the right people in a room to even determine what the next steps are and how to address it. Because digital security management is a department in most organizations. It's not a task. So maybe it's yeah. Okay, so how do we do it? I see that other people have been added. Marco, you added Septimus and Eduardo, and you want to keep the issue that way, or should we open an issue to sort of have an activation in this sprint and leave this, which will probably be broken down into multiple items later?
Yeah, probably will be broken up into multiples. This is an epic, as I see now. But definitely, I would like to put it in the next sprint. So maybe next week, Zep, Eduardo, and I can have just a quick chat, sync up, and then see what are the next steps and who we need to contact and get the files. And all.
Okay.
Hola,
Can I just ask?
Nano.
Hello?
What was that? Nothing. I guess we
Sorry
can
about
move
that.
on.
Okay. Quick question. Who is actually owning this and who's being looped in? Is it Marco? Are you going to own it and then loop Eduardo and Septimus in? Or who's going to drive this one?
Well, I guess I should be driving that one. But I know as much as Zep knows or Eduardo maybe. So I guess it's going to be a joint effort.
Okay. In our experience, if we assign many people to one issues, those issues tend not to get done by anyone. And I wonder if there's one person accountable for it, and that one person who's accountable for moving it forward will loop in and create other issues and such.
So yeah, so the reason I put all three of us right now at the beginning is because we don't know yet. So at one point, someone might take the lead. I don't know. Maybe Zed would take a lead during the next week once we get more information or something like that. So for starters, I assign more people, and then we just unassign them and leave it for one person.
Okay. Well, I'll have faith this will work out this sprint, and we'll drag it in. Anything else then?
No, I think that'd be great for this sprint. And then I could, if any other working group needs some help, maybe I could help. So I will have time. But for the moment, I think that's right for transparency.
Okay. And you have some weekly that I'll just drag in as well, okay? Cool. All right. Hey, Marco, should we do comms?
Sure, why not?
Okay, great. Okay, this is what we have in the product backlog for next sprint.
Okay, so first, the WordPress theme, that's the Yeah, this one. Yeah, you can move that to the. So Rosa will be updating she confirmed she will be updating the WordPress theme based on the website. The second one, where the CEO Merida as well. Those two are connected, so you can move that one. Then the ones that I'm assigned on, preparing Google Slides and updating Google Slides, you can also move that to Spring Backlog. And then we have, can you scroll down? And then these are the content pieces. Oh no, scroll up a little bit, please, at the top. We have the new Discord TEC migration. So Juan volunteered actually to take the lead on the Discord migration and all that stuff after Metaverde handed off. As well, Vivi will assist and help. So we can move the Discord migration to the Spring Backlog as well. And what else? And yeah, now we have the content pieces, and I'm really not sure about those content pieces. Where are we at? How much has been written? Who will be writing those? So let's keep them for now until we get more feedback from Jess and anyone else. And by the way, I also posted on the forum open call for writers and content producers. So everyone here on the call, if you know a person who's great at writing, creating videos, doing newsletters or whatever, being a copywriter, send them over. We need more people to contribute to the content production in the comms. So I would leave all the content stuff for now in the backlog.
Okay, this one's done though. This is the Gravity Medium post.
Yeah,
this is done.
I couldn't get any response from Jess and anyone who's actually assigned to those. So I'm really not sure where we are at any of those, even reviews, even blog posts, articles, whatever. I don't know. Didn't receive any feedback yet.
Well, so I've retweeted it, so for sure it's been sent to Twitter. Juan Carlos, do you?
Then I guess we can close this one. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's been posted a lot actually. It's even in our newsletter, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it came after our newsletter. Okay, so I'm going to close this.
It's in the medium.
Yeah, this one can be closed. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And then down below on the list, there's one Discord related issue is the terms and conditions. Exactly. So Metaverde, she previously added those to the first Discord server, but now needs to be added to the new one. So I guess like either Metaverde or Juan will be doing that. Shouldn't be a whole lot of work. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, it's on the rules page.
Oh, it's already there?
Yeah, it's on the rules page, and then V set something up so that there will be a pop-up when you join the server to tell you what to do.
Awesome. Then Tam, we can close this one.
Sweet.
I love it. This is cool. We're closing while planning.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. And Metaverde, I see that there was a permission, and I tried to reset it for you. I don't know if it worked this time. I think this happened with somebody else on our team where I had to sort of delete them and re-add them a few times.
To get the Zenboard to work? Yeah, no, I couldn't find where I could do anything with the issues, or I would have closed them. I think I made notes on a couple of them that they were done.
Okay. All right, cool. This came from Shebnem. She asked for an article about working. I am probably going to assign this to myself and hope it comes out of updoing the Sprint manifesto, but I'm not going to take it in the Sprint, if that's okay with you, Mark.
Okay.
I will just leave this as it'll be great if it is an output of updating our Stewards manifesto, but also if it doesn't happen, I can't commit to 100% getting it done.
Okay.
But I'll leave it in our product backlog.
It's worth mentioning that Atta has a mini case study on work in the backlog. So I don't know that it would come out in the next month, but it's on his to-do list. So definitely just tag Atta in that issue.
Very, very good point.
I didn't quite catch it. An article on what?
On the different working groups in the TEC.
Oh, okay.
In just some background, Atta is doing a case study on as a whole, and he's breaking all his case study into little mini case studies that we want to publish as kind of PDFs. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So for this one, the demo speaker for TE Commons, how do we make sure we're successful these next 2 weeks? How do we do that? What's the best way for us to either get a list or I think, Eduardo, I know that this has just been passed to you. So do you have some ideas on how to approach it?
Yes, I reached out to Jess, and so we're trying to work on a list of also our contacts and then other ways to invite people to join the spotlight poll.
I would say also the other stewards, maybe we bring this up in the Stewards Weekly and we have a list that we review together, because Griff has some great input too. I don't want it to be just Jess, right? Like it's a burden on her, whereas we could actually tap into the whole community for ideas.
Yeah, I think this is, I mean, again, this is the same process with hatchers and proposals. If anyone on this call has a project or knows someone, they just can redirect it to me. Because I do feel that from this community, I'm the one who is the most disconnected from all these networks. So if you can all just send me the people, I will reach them out and I will follow it up. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So I'm dragging that into our sprint backlog too. And then the praise quant. Hey, Craig, you joined. Welcome. I meant to say hi to you earlier, but then I got distracted. For the praise quant news blog, I'm going to drag this in to this sprint, of course.
Hello.
Hey. Do we have a date for when the new one should go out?
It's been typically like Tuesday or Wednesday following the praise quant is kind of the rough schedule. So I don't have a calendar in front of me, but yeah.
Okay. And when is the next praise quant?
Not today, but next Friday. Is that correct? Or Saturday or whenever, but next weekend. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the latter half of this sprint. Okay, fantastic. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
How to become a hatcher forum post blog. Is this something that we will try to get out this sprint?
Most likely we will start making that. So there is a bunch of similar issues on GitHub issues. So I will all this goes to the Hatch epic that we mentioned in the call before.
Yeah.
Of all the content pieces out so far, just gonna throw that out there.
You broke up, but just to repeat what you said, of all the content pieces, this is the most important. Is that what you said, Griff? Okay, that's what I heard.
In my opinion, I don't know. That's just my thought.
Okay, and I spoke with Jessica. I know that Eduardo take the lead with this. Is that okay that I leave you as assigned to it then?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
I would just need have a meeting, I don't know with whom, probably Griff, to talk about how to if we have funds or budget to make content.
Okay. I'm happy to help support any way I can too, as somebody who's also doing like the front line of Hatcher outreach. I'm happy to help.
Thank you.
Okay, and the meme party, are we doing a meme sprint? Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Let's have some fun.
Oh, man. We were supposed to do the meme party today, I guess. Schedule that.
Oh.
It's supposed to be on Fridays.
I think we're doing every other one. So like one sprint. Yeah.
Did we do it last sprint though? I don't think we did it last. Or sorry, I don't think we did it last week.
Griff, do you want a meme party tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Who's available for a meme party? Let's throw it on the calendar.
And how many hours?
Let's see. What about right after
Yes,
this?
one.
I have errands right after this one.
I have a meeting with Jess at 21, but after this at 22 CET, I could go. That'd be fun.
Griff, are you putting it on the calendar? I'm just realizing.
Yeah, I can put it on the calendar. I mean, if people can do it, or either that, yeah, I mean, because then we could have the Europe people who want to stay up late join. But this would be at 2 p.m. my time and 8 p.m. Europe time. Does that work for people? Zep, you said you'd be down. Is anyone else?
Yeah, at 8 p.m. I can, but I will have to leave in 1 hour. I don't know how long it's.
Same.
Okay, cool.
If it's just me and Zep, though, would a different time work for? Does anyone else want to do this?
I can't.
I want to help with the memes, but today I in the afternoon I have to like organize things in the moving. So today is not a good day for me. But maybe I just will do one and put it in the meme channel. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe next week we gather more people. What do you think, Griff?
Okay. Yeah, I'm down, but I'm excited for if it's just you and me, Zep. We'll have a great time. We don't need these people.
All right, good, awesome. Let's move on. Yeah, we'll do another one in the next sprint too. Hatch outreach. Sorry, I'm messing that up
There's
so
a
bad.
trick.
What was that?
That it gets tricky to pronounce sometimes.
Yes. All right, you're up.
Yes. So we have I made some updates. The new one, the new issue, weekly hatcher outreach. My dear Lord. Sessions opens to attend. I think
I don't see that.
at your left, new issue.
Oh, nice. This one. Okay, great.
Yeah. We just have to sync on. I don't know if the calendar date has been created. Then to translate it to comms to just like share and so on. So if we can, yes.
I think we just pick a date because we don't have one. So any time slot that works. And I mean, I guess we have to be cognizant of time zones. And then we just announce it on the channel. I don't know that we need a bigger comms on it. We could just start with something small because, Durgadas had some questions, and I'm actually onboarding him tomorrow because I don't want him to have to wait. But I think that we have a lot of people who would love to come to a hatch onboarding session that's just open to anyone who walks in, like an open door session.
I make a proposal that we have this an hour before the main party. Mainly because usually these calls are quite like very long and like heavy, and it could be nice, probably maybe to have it before the meme call so we can relax afterwards. But I don't know. That's up to discussion. Anyways, so we have the rest of them. In the DXs for next sprint, they have already said that. Same with wildcards. All these people are like in a sort of a launch phase, and that's why it's taking that much to get them done. T Academy, that's a new date. I don't know. Livy, do you know anything about T Academy? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Jazz was talking to Angela. I can talk with Jess to see how that's going.
Yeah.
Well, I will leave it in the product backlog for now then. And
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. The thing with these proposals is that I feel we are like it's I'm not saying draining attention, but it's just like it's taking too long for me. So I will just not put it for next sprint. I will just block it for a while. They already know what they have to do. They are part of the community. They will come to propose whenever they feel ready. Like I feel like we have been, for example, TEC Academy 2 months after behind them. So it's like I feel it's a little bit too much. And I will just block them for a while, and then whenever they are ready, we will be ready, and then I can help them to propose if they need help. For what I don't think they need help. That's just an idea for these proposals that have been delayed for so long.
Yeah, I'm okay that I mean, I think it makes sense that proposals in the product backlog, not the sprint backlog. I agree with that. But maybe we check in on people, because it's also, we do want their proposals. And I do think all of these groups are super busy, like you say. So it's hard for them like to carve out the right time for it.
Yeah. The reason why I mentioned is not to not have them propose, is to just not be, I don't know the word in English, but like in Spanish is pesado, to be on the top of the people every week asking the same stuff. When I think we have already communicated for the past 2 months our intentions, and I think we can just wait and be patient. So I'm saying this for the next sprint. I'm not saying this for general purposes.
Cool.
Okay, so we have onboarding hatchers. That's where we are.
This is the repeating.
Yeah, it's repeating one. Akasha Hub, it should be proposed today, but we can put it for next sprint.
Wait, so this one was onboarding hatchers for sprint 3, and the goal was 20 new hatchers. Did we hit that?
If we count that we onboard ourselves, yes.
Of course, we're hatchers.
Yeah.
All right. Yay. All right. So we'll close it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Akasha Hub is for today, but I guess you can count it as next sprint. Then we have onboarding video interviews and community members. This one, that's just domain. Onboarding video, yes, it's my domain. Interview community members is just domain. So I don't know about next sprint regarding the interview community members. I will try my best to get the onboarding video for next sprint.
Okay. I think we just leave it in the backlog for now.
Yeah.
Work in progress, but maybe we check with Jess before we bring it into the sprint backlog.
Yeah, onboarding working group, frequent asked question based on that one. It's actually the one below Token Kitchen. That one is actually still in the process, but that has been built. So I don't know if you want to close it because it has been built.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Griff for really filling it out.
Yeah. We have very good questions today, by the way. So
yeah,
you
that's
have
right.
more things to answer later on.
So I would love that we continue to build it out, because I think it's not really ready. It's not. So maybe we say continue.
Sure.
Right.
And change the name of onboarding.
Oh, you betcha. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And we have that one is already almost done.
We have yeah. I was wondering, the last time we talked about this, who was going to onboard Jess? Because she's so close, I feel like we don't need to onboard her, but we should still go through the process. I'll volunteer to do it if nobody already wanted to do it, and I suggested maybe Livia, you and I do it together.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So Chewy and Jonas are the last two.
Eduardo didn't answer.
Okay.
He didn't answer any message, so I don't know him.
Okay. We'll bring this into the next sprint. I think it's a good idea. Okay.
Shall we edit it and take out then the rest? So we have just the rest of them or not? Okay, it's fine.
We can do that. We can do that as like a housekeeping after this.
Okay. Then the new soft commit. That's the recurrent one for Griff. Common Swarm. How is that going? That's also one that it's like I labeled next sprint because I heard Griff saying that it was supposed to be Okay. Okay.
Okay.
We can be hopeful.
Sorry, I was playing with Discord. I just don't want to bother them until they get the hatched contracts frozen.
Shall we not put it for next sprint then?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, we can put it there and accept we're done product
No, it's
backlog
okay.
and get those
It's okay. I
bonuses.
will take it out.
Okay.
Then I will take it out from the label next sprint. Run AMA for proposals. I think this is the same as the weekly call for hatchers.
Yeah, I agree. Livia, how does that sound to you if we invite people who are interested in how to propose to the AMA?
Yeah, sorry, I tried to reply to that on my phone, but it didn't work. I think I need an app or something. I think it sounds good.
Okay. So now it's just a matter of like communicating that. Okay. All right.
So we have so we take out the label for common swarm.
Yeah, I didn't bring it into the sprint backlog.
Yeah, perfect. And then we have update welcome to TEC forum section with how to become a hatcher info. That is one of the ones that got repeated with the same content over and over. So it goes into the hatch epic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, is this something we're not doing yet because we don't have that article yet?
Yeah, I mean, it synced with the article because when one happens, the other ones just go automatically sync with this one. So, I mean, I will leave it there just to know that, just to have understood that once I do the article or just do the article, then this should be done immediately. So they are synced that way.
Okay, and then that's it for Hatch Outreach.
Yes.
Our list of hatchers now is just 4. Should we? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the group, and that should open it much to more people. Okay.
But also we will have eventually. I mean, we still have the TEC create list, so there is more people over there, and that should be fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm realizing now that we had some issues in review and QA. And maybe we address these 4 now to see if they're closed or if we need to bring them into the sprint. So should we start with this one, the new Discord? Is this something we close now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can close this one.
All right, so cool. And vote on hatch voting. Oh, this is done. Isn't this one finished? Isn't this the forum post that Jake made?
Yeah.
Griff, you're doing this. I'm not sure what it means though. It's not, it's something else.
The vote is made. Yeah, I guess it's done. We have to vote on it this weekend.
Sorry, Tam.
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot there is the coordination for 39. That is also for next sprint.
Okay, sorry. Let's just finish this one. What? Because it's up, and then I'll go to what is it? 439.
So hey everyone, do you like our hatch strategy? You should read it because it is law after this. That's all. You can close it. Why not?
Okay. I mean, Jake's work is done. Now it's our work to vote on it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and then it will. Yeah, I guess I don't know what's the step after it's voted on. We just do it, right? Does it need an announcement or something? I think so.
I've been putting in the forum like the decision tracking sheet.
Oh yeah, that's
right. So people know it's closed.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Lydia.
Yeah. Yeah, good catch, Eduardo. Thanks. I'll drag this one into our sprint backlog too.
Thank you.
And then let's just quickly go back to define SEO keywords and hashtags.
So this has been defined. So we will move to the next step, which is reviewing it in Q&A.
Are we closing this then, or
Yeah.
is this part of the next sprint?
No, this should be closed.
You know, when we set the source cred parameters, that you get cred for closing issues, I bet a lot of these are going to be closed before we do our sprint planning. And I get to help set those. So principle 5, start mutual accountability methods. Liv, do you need a review on this?
Yeah, I feel like it's done by transparency. I don't know if we need like a formal agreement of like making a proposal so the community understands that the approach we're taking to mutual accountability is the transparency working group work through the calls transparency and the audits. So I think I just wanted like an opinion if it's needed, a proposal, or if it's good like this.
If I can just mention something here, I think it would be nice to have this published, maybe a proposal, as you mentioned, Libby and so on, because probably we do know now about this within this call, but probably other people who will be eventually proposing and so on will need this to know or to be aware, maybe. I don't know, just.
I was thinking on bringing on the next transparency call, monitor performance and metrics on monthly basis. I don't know if that makes sense on that issue, but yeah, I was thinking to bring that on the next transparency call. And
yeah, that's cool.
Go ahead, Libby.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We can work on a proposal together, Zap.
So may I update this, that it's going to be a proposal between SoftGov and transparency? And is it for this sprint or a future sprint?
What do you think, Septimus?
I have time. I think we can do this if you have the time.
Okay, cool.
No transparency. Okay, cool. So into the sprint. Sweet. And
can you tag me on the sprint on the issue tab? So when just so I have an email on my Gmail. Just add thank you.
Anytime. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Cool. Well, Juan Carlos, we're on Gravity. Welcome, Nate. Hi, I see that you joined.
How's it going?
Well, glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
Well, I have 2 issues already in my sprint backlog. That is the issue on the migration of the to the new Discord. That is something that I gladly accept, and I also see something from which I can learn a lot, because it's something that I've never done, but I will do it with my best intention. And if I have any doubt or problem, I will reach you guys. Other thing that I have in the sprint backlog is also to have a last review on the terms and conditions. And there is an issue that I want to create and to add to the sprint backlog. That is, I don't know how to call it. I would say like gravity outreach. And it's like we have received people wanting to have our conflict management platform and to like use this service. So we have like Kyle who reached out to us in the general chat, and I already talked with him, because I think it's very important also to be thinking in how can we provide this service not only for us but to others. And also Jess also told me that the guys from Seeds, from Regenerative Renaissance, were also interested. So I am gonna try to reach those two organizations to see how Gravity can like help them with their problems, and also how they can leverage the scaling of Gravity in the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Actually, it's a testament to the respect that we all have for Gravity. I opened an issue for the one specific for metagame. I assume that this is something that comes in this issue, but the one that you're speaking of is actually larger, and maybe it makes sense for you to create a new issue for some sort of DAO to DAO process to handle more requests, because I don't think this is going to be the last. It's the first, but not the last.
Okay.
Yeah, the one
it
from-
can be like an epic. Sorry.
No, just a quick comment that one from Seeds was not a conflict coming from them, was an interest in providing education around this.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and yes, it's we like I'm very open to the other organizations that want to apply or want to reproduce this initiative that we are building.
Cool. And for the other ones that are in the project, the parameters for conflict managing group, for example, is this something that I opened this? When did I open this? I opened this in November, so don't ask me why I opened this. But is this something that's still relevant, or do we refine it and close it?
I think that is something that can be like done after the Graviton training, because I wouldn't like to impose like my own thinking on how should the group organize. And as we are doing here, like choosing our own parameters, I would also like Gravitons to choose some of the parameters that even though they are like soft parameters, but like how much time can someone be in the organization, or I don't want to impose that. So I think that is something that can be done after the training. But this week, I would really like to have like the final review on the terms and conditions, because my intention is to review the terms and conditions in the Graviton training of this Thursday, so that everyone is like in the same page and is informed on what we are using as our terms and conditions, and not only like as checking it in a box, but also like having someone like to tell them what are our terms and conditions and explain to them.
Do we pull all four in? The hatch for sure, right? And then the Gravity group, Oh, this is soft gov, gravity. Oh yeah, we did it like this.
Yeah, and the dandelion voting is the one that Santi was discussing with Griff today, but I don't know if that's like a priority for this sprint.
Okay. But I'll do the gravity and the hatch. And there's one more, write a thank you message for people participating in the type form. Is this still relevant? And is this sprint or a future sprint?
I think that is very relevant, but maybe I won't have like the bandwidth to do it like this sprint. And I would also like appreciate help from someone to like automatize this thank you message, because like I can write a thank you message to everyone that replies to the type form, but it would be very nice like if it's not such like a manual task. Because it's very important to make people feel that when they reach to the type form, their answers are being important to us, and their participation is valuable, and that it's good that they use this input for our system.
Typeform doesn't have a box you can check and send a message at the end. That's not native to Typeform.
I don't know. I have used it.
I think there is. I'm just looking into it right now, but I think there is a custom thank you message that you can auto respond to people who submitted the application.
Okay,
that would be very nice.
Yeah, maybe
it looks like you connect them to. It looks like you connected to Zapier, and then it works, or one of these other programs.
I'm going to say we maybe leave it in the product backlog, and if it gets done, that would be great, but let's not commit to 100% doing it. Okay, I think we did everyone. Let's see, Stewards. Sorry, let me do this way. And next. So
I am really happy to help with onboarding on the new Discord, and I think that what has been done until right now is really good. And maybe if I am not so much experienced on handling the Discord, I will just like ask for support.
Excellent. V has kindly volunteered to help. Okay, the working group manifesto. We'll have a hack session on it next week, so I'm pulling it into our sprint again. And yeah, community stewards, we're not on Discord yet. We're not on the forum yet. I think community stewards, Omega, and maybe transparency is the other one. I mean, probably not transparency, but there are some, and that I'll pull into the sprint too, to at least put our working group on the forum, to put the rest of the working groups on the forum, and at least link to the work in progress manifesto. Hey, awesome! Look at Sprint 4.
Well, just and also I put in the community steward just to say, hey, check out this. I tagged you all in GitHub on vote. We're voting in OneHive right now to fund the common swarm, and it would be great if we all swarmed in. Use our honey to vote. In conviction voting, it's a good test too, because this is what we'll be doing as the TEC. So, two purposes.
Yeah, awesome. So we have some leftover time, which is perfect because it gives us time to, oh, where is the roadmap issue? Sorry. Here, yeah, this one should also go in, maybe I'll just change that to community stewards now. This one should also go into this because we're gonna get started on it right now.
I had a quick question. Maybe Griff or somebody else knows more about this. It looks like Metagame is doing some kind of month-long event where they're hosting things and hosting other DAOs. Does anybody else know anything about this? I just saw a message about it on OneHive yesterday, I think. No? It might be interesting to participate in that. So I'll see if there's some kind of, because if they're doing, I think the open house thing worked really well, right? So I'll look into that and get back to somebody next week if I find anything out. Is that something we'd be interested in? Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Metaverde. That sounds great. I'm super interested in them. I haven't even looked at them at all yet. So I think everyone here is much more advanced in what metagame is up to than me.
Oh, I wouldn't bet on that. It's hard to figure out for me.
Okay. All right. So our roadmap. When we did this back in like late November, early December, we got to, I think, maybe sprint 5, didn't we? So we've added 3 more sprints because we've had some unavoidable delays. We have 3 new working groups for growing fast. I'm wondering how to do this with such a large group at the same time. When we did this last time, we really did it group by group, but maybe we just go down, and the objective is not to have the minutia or details, but just super high level what the expectation is for your working group, sprint to sprint. And I'll start with Griff and Common Swarm and TEC Paramms, and then we'll sort of go through our working groups again. If you want to take it away, Griff.
Sure. And I would say, if you don't have stuff filled in, which you probably don't, it might be good to sneak in there and throw some stuff in. So the Hatch Smart Contract freeze is just taking a little bit longer than I'd like.
Sorry, I just want to say the link is here. The roadmap to Hatch link is there, so you can jump in. Sorry, guys.
No, it's cool. So yeah, the last steps for us are we really need to have, hopefully this sprint will have a second rehearsal for everyone to play with, where we really just focused on the Commons upgrade. We'll probably not even do the Hatch again, or if we could do it for a day and just speed everybody up, practice the impact hours. Anyway, so we'll have another sprint rehearsal, and then we'll also have start working on the Commons upgrade and just finalize the smart contracts for audit for that system. This is the Common Swarm. And then hopefully we'll be able to launch the Hatch. I mean, we don't, once the smart contracts for the Hatch get audited, there's nothing stopping the Common Swarm from hatching, because we can do everything else after that. Yeah, and then, but of course, after the Hatch, we'll want to practice the Commons upgrade probably one more time. And after the audits come in, and then we'll do the Commons upgrade. So target is, at least from the dev side, target final DAO to exist, the TEC to actually exist. On the TEC Params, it's go time for TEC Params. We got to finish this dashboard and get people actually starting to propose parameters for the Hatch DAO, which should really be exciting. I don't know when to set the date on like Hatch DAO parameters discussion is ended. Like, voting ends this date. I don't know, but we'll start voting. Hopefully, it would be so cool if we got done this sprint, but I doubt it. But it takes till next sprint, and then we start the CAD work for TEC Params and get the dashboard in a place where that we can actually do the same experience for the Commons. And there'll be a lot of work on. So if anyone wants to help us with more forum, that will be a big task as well.
So when we say phase 1, you mean the Dandelion, and phase 2 Commons upgrade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll change it in there.
Yeah, it'll be more clear for anyone who's not familiar with. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Sorry if I just did that. I'll delete it. Olivia, would you like to look at SoftGov? And it's okay if we don't get everything perfect today. We have this next sprint to refine this, but just super high level, what are your thoughts around what SoftGov will be working on and delivering in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 sprints?
Yeah, I'm really happy about where we're at. I think between this sprint and next sprint, we're basically like delivering all the principles, like wrapping up this structure, and then the rest of it is going to be mostly refinement. So there is the TEC case study and the cultural handbook there. I think they are mostly common stack issues, and I would take them off of this roadmap perhaps. I think we can add the TEC handbook, that is the Git book, instead of the cultural handbook, because the cultural handbook will be based on the TEC case study, so it will take longer. But anyhow, the case study is going to be dropped little by little from now on, and then I think once we have this proposal for the monitoring, the mutual monitoring, and we have the graduated sanctions a little bit more framed, and this code of conduct finished and formalized, like the proposal for it, like this is all kind of happening simultaneously, and it's going to get closed all together, I think. Then it's mostly like adding things to the Git book little by little and refining everything we have.
Okay. All right. Maybe we look at legal, because a fast one, or I should just say a less complicated one. Santi, I think I just added continuing legal support for the next few sprints. Does that sound right to you? Oh, all right. Maybe we'll not do legal next. We'll come back to legal. So maybe we tackle communications then. Marco, what are your thoughts around the coming sprints? And we do have the next, week to 2 weeks to refine this.
Yeah. I don't know for like next couple of sprints, but for the next one, definitely publishing the website finally, and finishing completely the Discord, and finding a contributor, an ongoing contributor, or more contributors for content production, and publishing more blog posts and supporting other working groups in content production. So I guess that's what I'm looking at from comms in the next coming sprints. Once we finalize the foundation, which is our communication channels, platforms, websites, and all this kind of stuff. Most of which is already done, but just final stage right now. And then after that, supporting other working groups and content production. That's what I see from comms. Other than that, I don't know.
Okay, maybe it makes sense for us to go, because communications is so vast, maybe it makes sense for us to do a specific working session just on this one, if that's okay. Are we launching the website next sprint?
Come again, please?
Are we launching the website next sprint? Or is that...
Yeah, we should. It's a sprint. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry. All right. Transparency. You guys have a lot of things, and we have to build this together. Do you want to take a shot at it now?
Yeah, we can try. I guess what we'll be doing is like next sprint we will be like finalizing the
audio.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well, I was saying for the next sprint we will be focusing on still gathering feedback from onboard Hatch Rich and Softcop from the trial audit. Then same sprint, we are also going to work with Libby on the proposal for the like the monitoring. And then what I think we will be doing, like the next sprint, is refining and making this system the best as possible. And then when we are on the hatch, then we have the system built, and then we just have to work on that. That's like our roadmap, more or less. At least what I have in mind.
Okay, so if I were just to repeat that, we've already started trial audits, and we're continuing trial audits. And then after the trial audits will be an audit of all of the sort of like refinement of the process and lessons learned. And then post-hatch, we'll be looking at, so maybe around here to here, so sprint 6 to 7, we'll do a audit for all of the groups. Does that make sense? So like a batched audit, maybe a few groups at a time each sprint. Does that sound?
Yeah, sounds fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, you're welcome. Sorry.
And also we will be working on the monitoring thing with Libby. Maybe it's like it will have like I think the same road as the audit, and yeah, we will start to work, and then before we will gather as much feedback as we can and build the system, and yeah, and then for the hatch to have it like the best thing as possible we can do.
Okay. I'll straighten those later. So Nate, eventually, I think you'll have a better understanding of what Omega will be doing and can add to this as well on behalf of Shebnam. But I think for right now, maybe we just leave that one blank. And so transparency. Hatch outreach. Eduardo, are you still with us? Yeah, hey.
Yes, this time I'm the full call. So,
is this looking right to you? Would you change anything?
Yeah, I will update certain things because we have outreach to hatchers and we had collect soft commitments, but I think the spectrum of the working group has increased a little bit. So basically, I will add anything related to the hatch, like everything that like comms involved or anything involved regarding the hatch is also like integrated with this, or we are like cross creating with other working groups. So not only outreach to hatchers, not only continuing support of proposals, but also let's say keeping the ecosystem of the hatch sort of ready for new onboarders. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I feel it's more circular than it was before, because before it was more focused on that, and then when we were onboarding someone, we were focusing on onboarding proposals and hatchers, but then realized along the way there were things that were not finished or needed to be done. So I think if we see the full scope, we will see all the elements that are needed for someone who will want to be a hatcher or someone who wants to propose. So they have everything done. So for me, I will just add something else, which is like keeping coherence, basically.
I'm imagining myself as someone looking at this and not understanding coherence. Can we be more specific?
Yeah.
Because this isn't for us. This is for us, but this is also we share it with the community. So people who aren't into the day-to-day like we are should be able to look at this and garner some idea of where we are in our project.
For me, it's like making the onboarding smoother.
Okay, so refining the process.
Yeah, exactly. You can call it refining the process, correct.
Okay, so can can I just add and refine? I mean, refining process is an ongoing. It's ongoing.
Yeah, but in this case,
I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
yeah, it's for onboarding.
For onboarding community.
Yeah, for onboarding hatchers proposals, and by doing that, you actually create content that is for the community. So.
Okay. Hey, I say if it's okay, maybe we take this off. We take this in a hack session together and try to put the wording and the this together there. Is that okay?
It's okay. Yeah, perfect.
All right. Did we do gravity? Juan Carlos, does this look correct to you? Is there anything that you would change so that when people look at this roadmap, they have a good idea of what gravity is delivering sprint to sprint?
Juan just messaged he got lunch and he was back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I think, did we finish? Yeah, that was the last one.
Maybe
I have to
if
do.
Santi's back. Just asking if Santi's
Hey, Juan Carlos. Oh.
I mean, I was just asking if Santi's back. We should do legal, but just saying.
Oh, hey, Santi, you're back. No. And Juan Carlos, no. Okay. Zombies. Okay. All right. Well, I could also pick this up with them next week. I think this is a great start, to be honest. I'm pleased with this, and I think we'll circle around with Hatcher outreach and communications to maybe refine them so that they're better. We don't need to have the whole thing covered, so it's fine. And I will say, everyone, thank you so much for your hour and 40 minutes today. I don't have anything else. Griff, is there anything else that you want to do before we close?
Go vote on honey. Vote for the common swarm. Vote for. We want this honey. It'll be good for us. I promise.
Okay, we don't have a sprint rally or a sprint goal. Anybody want to riff on the name team or the teamwork or team idea with me? No. All right. I'll come up with one later. What was that? I didn't hear.
Oh, I said zip it up. Or
Zip it up. Unzipping.
Zipper on the chick thing, but I don't know.
I want to save unzipping. I want to save it for the one.
Yep. It sounds like a ride too, doesn't it? The zipper.
Zipper. Yeah. Unzipping. Yeah. All right. We'll do something with teams if that's okay with everyone. Everyone go enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank you for everything. I look forward to the sprint. I think we're going to kill it this sprint.